Ladies and gentlemen, here we go with game number 1 between Sheth and HerO. This day could not get any better.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, it's like Christmas morning right now. This is absolutely amazing. HerO versus Sheth going to be phenomenal. HerO, the savior of PvZ right now. A lot of players are having so much trouble with this matchup, but HerO has shown us with some great Templar usage, some great Warp Prism usage, etc., that he can actually make it work. Meanwhile, Sheth on the other side, absolutely phenomenal Zerg player. Every time I watch this guy play, I'm always impressed. I'm always like, whoa, wait a minute, I didn't know you could do that. Or, whoa, this guy is just so much better than so many of the people I see nowadays. Yeah. So I'm so looking forward to this match.
Now, these are teammates, keep in mind, so they might have had a lot of practice. Here's the big thing. HerO has a style of PvZ that I haven't really seen by anybody in the foreign scene. Yeah. And Sheth mainly practices with the foreign scene. That's good and bad. You see a lot of randomness coming in from the foreign scene, but at the same time, you don't get that ability to actually hone on the very, very important main lines that we normally see from PvZ. HerO represents something so drastically different. I'm actually worried for Sheth if he can defend against this type of Warp Prism play PvZ.
Yeah, you know what, though? As you said, they are teammates, so it's possible that these two have practiced against each other quite a bit, and that he's very familiar with HerO's style. We'll have to see if that actually does affect their play styles. It's really difficult when you're trying to play against a teammate in a tournament. You essentially have to think to yourself, well, do I play my standard style? And they know what I'm doing, so that they'll probably be able to counter it, but I'm more comfortable with it and able to execute it better, or do I try to play out of the box, out of what I'm used to, out of what I'm, what I'm really comfortable with, and then you're not going to play quite as well, but your opponent might not see what's coming. So it's a really tough decision to make. Does look like we're going to be seeing a pool first from Sheth with no gas, so just going to be able to take a pretty quick expansion here on Caverns. It's very understandable you want to get that pool first. It's such a wide open natural. It's very hard to defend accordingly, and that's why we also see HerO with the upper ground placement here, not going for any type of forge expansion. It is a pretty risky thing to actually be able to pull off on this map if your Zerg opponent actually goes for some type of early aggression.
Yeah, unless you're White Raw, of course. He's quite a baller. He just did it in our last series. Nevertheless, it does look like that Sheth actually takes out the probe. That's a first blood win. He gets plus 200 gold for that. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, pretty nice. Of course, gets that bloodlust, man. Not really, of course, guys. Just referring to some MOBA games, but I don't want to.
Say Heroes of Newerth.
I don't want to.
Which is such a fantastic game.
Well, it's pretty fun. I enjoy myself some League of Legends as well.
Excuse me.
I like all the MOBA games.
Excuse me. Here at the North American Star League, we play Heroes of Newerth.
That's true. That's true. That is what we play here, man. I'm just saying, gotta have that variety. I like them all. I mean, it's like the same game. You just have the different champions, or the different heroes. So I just like that variety, man. It's fun. It's fun checking them all out. But you know what? We're not in a MOBA game right now. We're in a strategy game, real-time strategy. Not only a real-time strategy game, but the best real-time strategy game, StarCraft 2. And you know what, HerO, I'm actually very surprised to see that he does not even have a second gas on the way just yet, and he's putting all of his Chrono Boost into his Warp Gate tech. You think we might see some early aggression from him, or you might just be using this for a quick expansion off of one gas?
Look how many probes there are, 20 probes, and he's not making any more. We're going to see a 4th Warp Gate going down pretty soon. And you know what? This is perfect for Sheth, because he's going to get in here and say, what is he going to see? He's going to see no assimilator. This is the worst assimilator to actually not take. I would much prefer him to take this one instead, or not take this one.
Yeah, that's actually a really big deal. I feel a lot of players don't really pay attention to as much. Which assimilator you actually end up taking, of course, in PvP also matters quite a lot. Which one they might end up stealing from you. They can get that scouting information. They can see what's going on. But Sheth, of course, as you said, sees that lack of a second gas, and probably want to play really defensively here. In fact, I'm pretty surprised he hasn't thrown down a spine crawler. There we go. Now one spine crawler going down at the natural. There's already a probe here, scouting it out. Sees the spine crawler on the way. Will not be able to get into the main, but he did set a forward pylon up over at the right side of the map, so we'll be able to use that to warp in. And not the closest though, so probably going to want to send another probe with this army as he moves out. And there we go, now sending out that probe. And with this 4-gate, we'll be able to put on a lot of aggression, but I feel like as long as Sheth plays carefully, he should be fine. The problem, of course, is that the Roach Warren only halfway done now, and still does not have a lot of links here. Just 4 more on the way with 2 out, and only 1 spawn crawler finishing here.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult, but the fact that Sheth knows this is coming will be one of the saving graces. Of course, he is getting that meta goes. Look at how many Zerglings are coming out right now. 18 total. Here it starts. The first 4 Stalkers are going to get in here. Now the additional 2 behind that are going to come in. What is Sheth going to do?
Well, I think he's just going to wait for that speed upgrade. He's got about 5 seconds left that he just needs to defend desperately before he can get that surround. There's the speed upgrade. HerO, unfortunately, in a bad position. There's the surround from Sheth. HerO taking a lot of damage on these stalkers. Oh, no, he's going to lose everything right now. The forward pylon does come up, though, so he's going to be able to warp in those reinforcements, but I don't know if it'll be enough. He just lost his whole army, man.
You know what? That is probably the critical blow to his entire push. Now 4 Zealots are over here. He's just going to wait additionally for more Zealots to come in. But as the Roach Warren has finished, this is going to be so tough to actually do anything. But actually, Sheth went for a counterattack. This might be a great time to actually come in here. Zealots are going to initially just come around this backhand side. And there's no way actually to engage against this army. Sheth doing the clever thing of just taking out this forward pylon. He's going to deny this and then additionally tech up to those roaches.
Nice play, picking off that forward pylon on the low ground, seeing it there. Definitely a great idea. He's got to be careful, though, because here comes the attack. He's got 2 sentries in the back, a lot of Zealots in the front. No upgrades for either player, so these Zealots are 3-shotting these Zerglings. Sheth's got to be really careful. There come the reinforcements. Zerglings from the back. Will he be able to get that sentries? 2 forces go down, but they're not enough. The sentries both get picked off, and he's going to lose the rest of these Zealots, and that's going to put HerO very, very far behind here. 25 food to 58. And, of course, with the Harvesters, it is 26 to 18. There's the GG from HerO. Sheth's going to take game number 1.
And Sheth gonna pull out the first win with this team kill match that we have right here. The big thing is that Overlord Scout, and Sheth exactly saw what was going on. All he had to do was see no gas. I know what my opponent is doing. Think about how crazy that is. That's the only scout he actually got in on his opponent. He saw that there was 0 gas to his name and said,
I defend against, right?
Yes. 0 second guess, that's right. And he says, I'm going to defend against this impending 4-gate. Puts up the spine crawler, gets the Zergling speed, shuts it down so fast.
Yeah, man. I mean, 4-gate's really, really weak nowadays. I haven't seen it actually be effective against the Zerg in a long time. But I think the reason HerO went for it is because he was on Naga Caverns. That map is kind of a nightmare for Protoss when you're trying to take an expansion and it's just so wide open. Obviously, it's hard for Zerg as well. You can't have your spine crawlers in the best positioning. Sometimes you need a lot more to be able to effectively defend, although we saw Sheth very effectively defend with those Zerglings, of course. But I feel like, you know, he just went for that all-in because he knew that he wouldn't be able to take an expansion and play the macro game. But I feel like if he's going to go for an all-in, you know, maybe not the 4-gate. Maybe go for something like a proxied Stargate, go for the 3-gate Void Ray play. Something like that might have caught Sheth off guard if he had not been able to scout it. As it was, you know, 4-gate was just unable to be effective.
Yep. And Sheth's going to take the first game, so we're going to move into our second game in a little bit. Everybody stay tuned. More action coming your way after this break.